Hello and welcome to the Gambling Files podcast, the podcast that is unusually flying solo today, kind of flying solo, no Fintan. So anybody that was hoping for some witty banter and repartee will be rewarded because Fintan isn't here. My name is John Bruford. I'm your host of the Gambling Files podcast. 4 years down the line, and it's amazing to think that our well of creativity has not yet run dry. Although, let's see what today's episode brings because it might be terrible. Now, this is as good a time as any to mention our sponsors, without whom this wouldn't be possible. Our benevolent titans of sponsorship, our benevolent corporate overlords, in no particular order. Actually, let's do newest first. Newest first is GLI, Gaming Laboratories International. Beautiful people. Beautiful, beautiful people. Today's episode is brought to you by Gaming Laboratories International. Did you know that? GLI is a world-class testing, inspections and certification company committed to delivering the highest quality land-based lottery and iGaming testing and assessment services around the world. GLI provides suppliers, operators and regulators with expert guidance for navigating the future of gaming and ensuring gaming innovations meet regulatory standards with confidence in more than 710 jurisdictions. For more information, visit gaminglabs.com. Also, they're probably very attractive people. Not that we're judging anything by looks, because what I was saying is they're obviously very capable at what they do, and they're probably very attractive people. See, both winners in the genetic lottery, winners in the professional lottery. God bless you, GLI. Who else are we sponsored by? That's a great question. Yeah, I was doing it newest first, wasn't I? So then it would be Optimove, creators of positionless marketing. Fintan and I, as anybody that's listened to the show more than half an episode in the last 3 years will know, they gave us their software demo. And Fintan and I were both just like, holy shit. It was fantastic. I mean, mind-blowingly good. We just recommend to people, if you're looking for something in CRM, if you're looking to optimize what you do, see that? Optimove. See that? I think they probably thought of that first. Then look at Optimove. It's breathtakingly good software. It's incredibly powerful. It'll allow you to create a granularity to be able to look at data, to be able to genuinely maximize your marketing and get the best out of what you have. It's extraordinary. Yes, get the demo, optimove.com, and if you tell them that we sent you, I think they give you a month free in your first year. So it's worth it. It's totally worth it. So that's like a 1/12 promotion. That's a win. Anyway, last but certainly not least, and most senior, is World Gaming, formerly known as Clarion Gaming, organizers of ICE, organizers of IGB Live, which just happened earlier in July, although this episode's going out in August, so early last month. World Gaming are just the masters at what they do. And if you haven't been to ICE, I suggest you go, because then you'll see what I mean. And also, I saw a thing on LinkedIn today where Alex Pratt of World Gaming fame, formerly of Clarion Gaming fame, is doing one of those charity boxing matches. So that'll be fun. I'd do one, but I think I'd probably get the shit kicked out of me because I'd have to be paired with somebody who's a similar weight, and they're going to be way taller than I am. Although that could be quite amusing. Anyway, sponsors, we love you. We love you. Sponsorships are available, by the way. We also have Addiction, an Hour with Hour, a podcast about addiction, hosted with Dr. Michael Hour. And we have Desert Island Discs, where key members of the gambling industry are stranded on a tropical island and get to choose some stuff from their lives to keep them sane. Yeah, they're both good. Both worth a listen. But that's not what we're here for today. We're joined today by, listen, I don't know whether this is going to be seen as a diss, right? I don't know. But we're joined by Simon Mach, who is CEO and founder of MyCryptoParadise. Now, Simon, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us, dude. Much appreciated. Now, Simon, you know the term crypto bro?
Crypto bro, sure,
Yeah.
that's very well.
Is that what you are?
No, actually, I'm the founder and CEO of MyCryptoParadise. MyCryptoParadise is a crypto trading signals and market analysis firm operating since 2016. We are focusing on risk management, risk-focused, disciplined trading. And since 2016, our mission actually is to make the crypto space move from this kind of crypto bro emotional space into more focused on risk space, disciplined, focused on process, professional trading space. So that's our mission.
So you're the opposite of a crypto bro.
So I would actually put myself as a crypto father. I don't want to be around the crypto bros because I know what suddenly it is usually about.
Well,
I don't promote any meme coin.
I don't
promote any meme coin. Well, usually if you are called a crypto bro, you are this kind of person that predicts every pump of meme coin, that has behind himself this kind of Dogecoin logo and telling you where the next 1000 percentage pump is going to be. So that's usually the people that are running these kind of pump and dump groups, which we are actually since 2016 fighting aggressively against. So yeah,
it's not usually a compliment, is it?
Being called a crypto bro, usually not. Thankfully, I'm not usually called crypto bro, so that's a great feeling that this was actually the first time.
See, I feel like we've provided a valuable public service today.
Thank you. I do appreciate it.
In my defense, I was just asking.
That's great.
So, one of the things you emailed me a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just trying to remember. So I'm just scrolling through some notes a little bit, right? You used the term just now, and I might fuck it up. Crypto signaling.
Crypto trading signals and market analysis firm. Yeah, crypto trading signals and market analysis firm.
This is probably a stupid question. What does that mean?
Well, that means that we are operating as a team. We actually, how we have started, it was with a group of friends. We have been trading before Forex and stocks. And in high school, we have then came up to understand what's Bitcoin, what's crypto. So we started to, because we were trading before together in high school and sharing with each other our signals. Our trade setups, aka, so trading signal means like a trade setup. We started a group on Telegram where we started to share our crypto signals publicly. Then there was word of mouth going on, so more people wanted to get access to our signals. It was for free before, and since we are not running the pump and dump group, we couldn't allow that much of volume, so we logged the group, and we are sharing right now our personal trade setups privately. So crypto signals, actually, it's a great question because it can mean a lot of things, right? So you can ask a crypto bro what a crypto signal is, and he can tell you, well, I'm gonna tell you like a name of a coin, and it's gonna pump after my signal 500%. Yeah. So that might be one way of a signal. How I understand the crypto trading signal from the beginning is always focus on the risk first. All right. So I do see it as a process. So before I share a crypto trading signal, I first understand the risk, how much I do allow myself to lose on this trade if it goes against me. So I start understanding what kind of position size I can put on. I start to understand what kind of leverage I can put on. I start to understand where is going to be the stop loss, where is going to be the invalidation level, let's say, right? And then before I share the trade, before I enter the trade personally with the team, we also understand before we enter the trade, where we gonna get out, all right? So not only the stop loss is important, but understanding what kind of exit strategy you're gonna have, right? So where you're gonna get out if the trade's gonna get in your profit. So for me, crypto trading signal is made out of clear entry zone, stop loss, aka the invalidation area, and exit targets. Because if you don't have a plan before entering this crypto trading signal, then your plan is to fail. And usually the crypto bros, actually, they enter into the market with beliefs they're gonna make money, because before they entered into the market, they didn't even thought about they could lose, right? So once this trade starts to go against them, they start to think emotionally, what to do, etc. But
Slow
that's
down, right? There's a lot of words
too
there.
long. Yeah, it's a too long explanation. I get it, but it's an interesting question, and I want to make sure that there is many ways of how to understand crypto trading signal.
I need to distill this down, right?
For sure, that's perfect. Let's get it. Slice it.
When you say a crypto trading signal, you are talking about some kind of a marker that you see and interpret and act upon. And with what you do at MyCryptoParadise, you're saying that you go into it in an organized way, not in a kind of fuck, look at this one. You go into it with a plan, and you're like, okay, there's a bunch of things that I don't understand here, right? And you got to bear in mind, I believe that I believe that financial trading, amongst many other things, is responsible for many of the ills in society.
I do absolutely agree with you.
So you say that you look at the risks, right? Now, obviously, the thing that everybody worries about is losing all their money.
That's right, yeah.
And an awful lot of crypto has a reputation, you might say, as almost like a pyramid scheme.
Absolutely, I do agree.
You know what I mean when I say pyramid scheme, yeah?
I'm in the market since 2016, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, do you know what? You're probably too young to remember this, but given the part of the world that you're from, in the I think it was the 1990s, might have been the late 1980s, but I think it was in the 1990s, after Nicolae Ceausescu died, the dictator that ruled Romania. After he died, the Romanian economy tanked because so many people joined into multi-level marketing schemes, and eventually society ran out of people to sell to. And the fucking Romanian economy crashed.
Yeah, that's what's happening when the Bitcoin goes to the top, right? It needs to go down because there is not enough people to keep on pushing the price further up. It's the same thing, yeah.
But here's the thing, right? I understand some basic economy stuff. I understand some basic economics. That's a better thing than basic economy stuff. My English is good. So it's easy to understand what affects the value of a fiat currency, right? And a fiat currency, for anybody, I mean, I'm sure everybody listening to, we've got a highly intelligent listenership, almost all of them. A fiat currency is a traditional currency, basically a traditional economic model. You can go and take some fiat currency out of a cash machine or whatever. It's really easy to understand what affects fiat currencies. But if anybody looks at cryptocurrency, they're going to see a hugely volatile trading setup. And you're the expert here, not me, right? But they're going to see volatility and considerably more volatility than they would see in fiat currencies, outside of somebody having a fucking coup and a government overthrown or an invasion or similar.
Yeah.
or leaving the European Union. That can also have a catastrophic effect. Fucking Brexit. What are the things that can affect crypto value, given that the majority of it is either untethered or tethered to the US dollar?
I love that question because fiat currency, same like crypto, is its value is based on belief of the people, right? So because fiat currency is basically a paper, right? Paper or digital numbers in your bank account. So if nobody would actually believe in the value of the digits in your bank account or in that paper, right? It would be just a piece of paper. It would have no value at all. So the same way, the value of crypto is based on the belief of people. If a lot of people believe in that currency, it has this and this kind of value. And then we have trading where people argue what kind of value it actually has, right? So I would say that the value of crypto is based on the belief people have in it.
Okay. I've got a bit of a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the same as a fiat currency. That's not the same as the value of a fiat currency, because the value of a fiat currency is affected by things like import and export, in the sort of underlying value of an economy year on year, which is why they tend to move more slowly than crypto, right? Okay, one of the things affecting currencies at the moment is what's going on in Iran and oil prices, which obviously have a massive knock-on effect, and boy, are we going to see that come October, on food production. And we're going to see the effects of Iran, even if it stops tomorrow. We're going to see the effects well into next year and possibly to the end of next year, if we're lucky. So that's gonna affect all. It's going to affect all countries pretty much. It's going to affect all economies pretty much. Now, crypto is not going to be affected in the same way by that, and that's not that the impact of Iran on global economies, on the global economy. That's nothing to do with belief. I mean, sure, you can say that any economies, any currency is worth what somebody's willing to pay for it, but there is a reason why somebody is willing to pay that for it. I don't understand what the things are that make cryptocurrencies more volatile. I mean, yeah, you say about belief, and yeah, but people can be bullshitted left and right, and that fucking idiot Musk will say something about a cryptocurrency and it'll go through the roof. Yeah, because he's so fucking smart. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a trillionaire. I'm just some asshole on a podcast.
Former trillionaire.
Well, that's good. It's not all bad news today then. But, he can say something about something, but what he says doesn't actually create more value.
It doesn't, no.
This has echoes to me of the dot-com boom. So I'm sitting there in the dot-com boom and I'm like, fucking hell, how old was I? Like 20, something like that. And I'm building websites in this little town. And it was really interesting. It was really fascinating. Met loads of lovely people, did some great work. Not the websites themselves, but we did some great work. I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the dot-com thing and I'm looking at the valuation of all these companies. And I said to my boss, I don't get it. I don't understand how these companies are valued at this amount when they don't hold stock. These are wish fulfillment companies. Their service is saying, okay, I'm pairing the buyer with the seller and I'm facilitating that trade. And that's all. They're not the stockholder on that end and they're not the customer on that end. It's just a conduit. And yet you're seeing like it's pets.com and companies like that. You're seeing these hundreds and hundreds of millions valuations based on thin fucking air. Because we're not talking about companies that were valued based on having hundreds of millions of customers. It was based on the potential, and they might have an, oh, look what might happen, blah, 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 and people talking it up and bullshit. Just people fucking lying. Why were they lying? Because they got shit to sell. What worries me is that a lot of crypto feels to me as an outsider, and I am talking as an outsider, and you are the expert, and that's why I'm asking you this. A lot of crypto feels to me similarly inflated for similar reasons. People are talking this shit up because they've got something to sell. Now, obviously, you do have something to sell, but I still don't understand why crypto is as volatile as it is. Is that volatility solely about people saying stuff being available to buy, something being new, something being novel, people thinking it might be the new Bitcoin, et cetera, et cetera? Is it that simple? Like how many cryptocurrencies out there have more than a few cents of value? Are there many?
Yeah, thousands. And the volatility is mostly because of lack of liquidity in crypto, right? So there are some coins that have overall market volume of, I don't know, $1 million. So even one small market buy can actually move it a couple of percentages, right? So liquidity is the problem. And then when you take a look, for example, at SpaceX, how is it possible that SpaceX been so volatile? Also because there wasn't enough people on the other side, right? So Musk, for example, has a lot of people locked in from selling when the IPO happened. And that is why the path of least resistance was to the upside. And then the unlocking started to happen and basically people could finally start to sell. And we have seen the reversal. So, and again, why it was so overvalued? Even you said let some companies that are losing a lot of money, how people can believe in it? Well, it's because of the person who stands probably behind it, what he promises to the people. So SpaceX is losing billions of dollars every year. It's a losing business, right? It's a losing business, and it was extremely overvalued. Still, some people believe in Musk, believe in the mission, so they started to buy it, right? So it's liquidity and belief, in my opinion. This kind of combination then creates this volatility.
Some people believe in Musk. Some people believe in fucking unicorns. Yeah, that liquidity thing, that's interesting. So it's a combination of driving market demand through scarcity. And,
might be, yeah.
Scarcity
is one of the...
You're saying with SpaceX, that some people were limited to not being able to sell or being able to sell a small amount. So that creates a relative scarcity in the market of what's available, which gives it a greater perception of value. It's not giving it.
Yeah.
The company doesn't actually become more valuable. They haven't created more cool shit.
Yeah.
There's this perception of value because more people want it than is available. Like Apple's could do the same thing tomorrow. And I don't mean the company, I mean actual apples.
Yeah, if the apples stop growing on the earth, the scarcity starts to happen, right? So a single apple will become more valuable.
And then Elon Musk would buy that apple and he would cultivate the seeds to grow some apple trees. And then in 5 years' time, there'll be more apples.
On Mars, maybe.
Yeah, I wish you'd fuck off to Mars today.
You don't like Musk, really, don't you? Do you, right?
I think when the very wealthy try to interfere in politics, it's a very dangerous thing, whether that's through media organizations or by just having the biggest mouth in the room.
Well, and now he wants you to be your bank right now. He puts like on X, the platform of his, right? He wants that to be like an everything platform. So I think it was today or yesterday he announced that you can put money on it can be like your bank, the X platform, which is crazy. Like, because imagine what kind of insights he now has into like human behavior, what's going on sentiment wise. Now imagine that he will get access also to understanding what kind of finances most other people have, right? Or what they are doing with the finances. So I think like having this kind of control over something, one person having this kind of control over so many things might be very dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be. I think there's a dangerous misconception in society that equates wealth with knowledge. That because somebody has made lots of money or built a successful business or whatever, that they know then about everything. And I think Musk is a great example of that not being fucking true, not even slightly true. I don't doubt that he's very good at what he does. I don't know what that is. But just the fact that he has been at the front of some businesses that have extraordinary valuations, etc.
Well, we
Doesn't
might
mean that his politics are good.
let's not just like put too much bad things on. Let's try to give him also some positive. So I think he actually might be a great leader. He might be great salesman. He's very good in selling his mission to his employees and to the shareholders. So I think he might have some positives. But if these kind of positives should be interfering into politics, that's the other question. Yeah.
I think, Simon, if you want to look at the positives, fuck me. If you want to look at the positives, let's look at the big positive, and that's he does a great Nazi salute. And I think once you do that on a public platform, you can go and fuck yourself. And I think anybody that thinks otherwise needs their head examining. Because if we seriously didn't learn any lessons from World War II, when we see people doing that salute and making light of the greatest conflict in mankind's history, pretty much, yeah, I think there's something very wrong there. And if he had done that in front of me, I would have given him the biggest open hand slap around his face. You would still be hearing that slap now if I'd done it 3 years ago. It'd be echoing around the world. I would slap him that hard. There's one thing I really hate, Simon. It's that.
I can see.
This crypto signals and market analysis thing, right? I mentioned earlier that we have another podcast called Addiction, where I hosted with a chap called Dr. Michael Auer, and Dr. Auer is one of the world's leading experts in gambling addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a chap on one of the earlier episodes. Just bear with me because I'm going to have to find it. I'm really going to have to find it because it was a fantastic episode, and it surprised me. I'm just going to have to find that I'm so sorry.
Addiction is... No, it's all right. Addiction is very interesting because every time you have uncertain outcome, where sometimes you can win money, sometimes you can lose money, it's very exciting, right? And this kind of excitement put a lot of endorphins into your brain because you don't know what's going to happen, what is going to be the outcome, which makes you keep pressing the button. That's how slot machines work, right? So this is how the addiction actually starts, by not knowing, by having the uncertain outcome. Sometimes it wins, sometimes it loses. And when you win, it puts a lot of excitement into your body, into your brain, the endorphins, a lot of great chemicals go into your brain. But also when you lose, it actually triggers something which is interesting to the brain, and it makes you hooked, and then you're addicted to keep doing it again and again.
It does. And it's interesting that the anticipation of the delivery is a huge part of it.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
just winning or losing. It's the
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what's going to happen, right?
We spoke to a chap called Paul Del Fabro, right? And he is a lovely, lovely man. I'm a big fan of Paul Del Fabro. He's a professor of psychology at the University of Adelaide. And what Paul talked about, and this was all new to me, it was really, really fascinating. It was like the third episode that we did, so it was like really early. We only launched last October. He talked about the complex relationship between cryptocurrency trading and gambling. And he was talking about the psychological factors that influence crypto trading. right? And he said that in their research, are you familiar with the term FOMO?
FOMO, for sure, yeah. FOMO, fear of missing out.
Okay, fear of missing out. FOMO is apparently a massive factor in crypto trading. It's
Yeah,
like it's not top of the pile, but it's important because I think I said it earlier on. Everybody wants to be on the ground floor of the next Bitcoin.
that's right. And FOMO is not just in crypto, it's everywhere in life, right? So when you are not invited to a party, you have FOMO. You are like, you have FOMO, right? When you see a great price, but you don't have money to buy it, you have FOMO. When you see that SpaceX is having an IPO and Elon Musk is saying that it's going to $1,000, you have FOMO. So FOMO is emotion that makes you act, right? So vision drives action, basically. So anytime you have some emotion, you get scared, you are in a greed mode, you are in an euphoric mode. Every single emotion drives action, basically.
Or inaction, which then produces anxiety.
That's right. Yeah.
Good
Anxiety
times.
is actually thinking about future, overthinking about future, I would say. And depression is overthinking about past, right? So as the professional traders, we actually trying to be in this kind of Zen mode. And there's a really great book about it. It's called Zen Trader, I think. And it's that kind of training in being in a present moment, focusing on the process, not on the outcome. So if you are focusing on the process, not on the outcome, you can really focus only on the probabilities, on the edge, and then you follow the process. And if you are having a process that is having an edge in the long run over the period of large amount of trades, you will make money because you have the edge on your side in every trade, right? But without being in a present moment, it's impossible, because when you are thinking about, I enter the trade, I'm going to make money. If I'm not going to make money, that's going to be horrible. You are overthinking the future, and then you're actually bullshitting yourself like, oh my God, I lost on this trade. And then you are overthinking the past. So you are being consistently in anxiety and then depression. And that creates this kind of very bad behavior for many traders.
It's a little bit like, part of the FOMO thing that Paul was talking about, and this is Addiction episode 3, people. It's a great episode. Part of the FOMO that Paul was talking about was, it's not just making the trade. I think the best parallel that I can make for anybody listening that isn't trading is like a crash game. Because I could sell now and I do all right, but if I just hang on a bit longer, it could go up and up and up. And it's like there's that the FOMO part is like, it's multi-layered, and I would think that could fry your brain. It just sounds exhausting. Like, I don't have fear of missing out because I'm in my 50s, dude. I've already missed out on most things. I don't have FOMO.
So you're depressed then?
I don't have FOMO. I just have Mo. Yeah. So it's sort of like a crash. You want to see it keep going up, see it, or cashing out on a bet. That amazing thing that bookmakers. I don't know if you've seen that, Simon. Amazing thing that a lot of bookmakers, sports books have done, where you can make a bet and you might be losing, you might be winning, but if you're winning, they'll offer you a cash out price on the bet before the bet comes to fruition. It's kind of genius
for them, yeah.
And adds this whole new layer
of.
Talk about feeding the FOMO.
That's right. Yeah. Actually, as a traders, we either have like a lot of people say that there's only two positions, like long or short. I actually think there are like either you have too much on or too little on. When the trade goes in your direction, you have too little on. When it goes against you, you have too much on. So it's always this kind of fighting, like I should have bet more, I should have bet less. So a lot of traders are in constant mode of not being satisfied. So that's also something that's going to happen to you if you are focusing on the outcome, not on the process.
I've got the key question for you now. Right?
All right, let's go.
I'm going to liken this to I used to use Substack quite a bit. I still use it for some things, and I do like some of Substack. But early doors Substack was full of people who were saying, learn how to write professionally, make passive income from writing, which is just fucking nonsense, etc., etc. So I can teach you how to become a writer. And all these things were in my feed, and I'd just message them and say, please fuck off. I am a professional writer. Or they'd be like, I'll teach you how to monetize. Please fuck off. And all these people were talking about making writing into a 6-7 figure income, right? Which is kind of insane. I mean, we're talking a tiny number of writers that can do 6 figures. Tiny number.
That's a lot, yeah, for writing.
And of course, there were people who were exploiting the newness of the Substack platform, and the new users on the Substack platform who were like, "Oh, I can publish my poetry here." Yes, because people are bound to want to read it. And you know, there were some horrible things on there. Horrible.
Yeah.
But that whole kind of, it's sort of like a self-help thing. Do you know what I mean? It drives me insane. If the whole like crypto trading signals thing is legitimate, right? And if your system is like legitimate, and I guess maybe take a step back here. People can go to MyCryptoParadise.com and they can sign up, be part of a trading group, forums, that kind of thing, talk to other people that are investing.
Well, we have
is this all about your guidance, or how does it work?
Well, the guidance, that's for free. So we have either, because as I said in the beginning, our mission since 2016 is to make sure that there is less emotion in the trading, in the crypto space, and it's more focused on the risk and professional trading way. So we are actually doing the knowledge for free. So I'm recording 3 times a week on YouTube. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, recording my Bitcoin analysis. So that's for free, and I'm sharing there all my knowledge. I'm showing them how I am analyzing the market, etc. Right? We have multiple Telegram channels. We are having education for free, where we are teaching technical analysis. So all of this we are doing for free, and then for people that don't have time to actually build their own process and monitor the market 24/7 themselves, we have the private Telegram groups that's called like Membership Paradise and VIP, where they can get access to our own trade setup. So we share with them our own strategy, our own trade setups, so they save time and on learning and monitoring the market. But most of the membership we have right now are anyway like fully kept seated. So the free version of the services we are doing are actually free, and that's also the core of our business, doing this.
So at what point are you making money?
Well, with trading.
Right, but at what point are you making money off your users?
Of my users? Well, we have a couple of wealthy clients where we have also like a performance and management fee for, where we basically connect to their exchanges accounts with API. So we trade also for their money with their money. So that's basically like most of the income I would say we earn from like customers.
So you do trading for people, so you're acting like a broker in that respect, sort of thing, like a as you would for the stock market. You go to a trader and you say, I want this, this, and this, or you let them run
Well,
wild and make you money.
broker is trying to sell you some stocks, right? So I'm not doing that. I'm actually the floor trader. So I'm actually doing the trading, not selling the meme coins or the stocks. So I'm not telling them like Pepe coin is the next big thing. Go full
But
on
you
it,
take a
right?
commission. You take a commission on those trades, regardless of what direction the trade goes in.
No, I'm taking performance fee. So that's management fee. That's a certain percent. Like we have fixed fee for that, and then we are doing performance fee only from the profits.
So there's a fixed fee for being the trading dude.
Well, trading dude. Well, we have Paradise from a VIP, so we have multiple memberships in there. So you can either get access to our trading setups, right, where we give you the exact entry, the exit targets, the stop loss with our full methodology and strategy behind it, and then we have also private account management, and that's where we are having the fixed fee and performance fee, because we manage the capital.
Okay. That I'm still not that clear on this, to be honest with you.
So let's make it clear.
Hang on. So people can get VIP access. Presumably, VIP membership costs however much. And you have some wealthy clients that you trade for, right?
That's like the private account management, yeah, which is currently anyway like it's fully seated.
Do you have more money than your
my clients in together?
Yeah.
No, like we have there more like than $6 million, so I don't trade with more than that.
Hang on, who has more than $6 million?
Well, if we combine the wealthy clients together, overall the management we are handling with the clients' money, it's around $6 million in total. So my personal capital is not that big.
Okay.
But I'm executing the same trades.
Right. Bear with me here.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a question.
Right? So my crypto paradise has been around since 2016, right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so 10 years of my crypto paradise.
Mm-hmm.
If the system works, if your way works, why are you giving it away, selling it, and not a billionaire?
Billionaire. Well, billionaire, being a billionaire, that's not very easy. Trillionaire. Well, I don't want to be stepping on the shoes of. I don't want to be stepping on the shoes of Elon Musk, right? But
somebody's got to be second.
Well, I've started young, so since 2016 we didn't take it that seriously to drive like some business from it. We didn't start the private account managements for a few years. So it wasn't like I had millions that I could been tripling and quartering myself. When I was starting with trading, I got 20. I was underage, and I've got $20 from my father. Right? So that was my early tuition that I have lost, obviously. So and then I have not been trading, and that was like before 2016. So I have not been trading with such a big capital. So that's first off. What am I giving this away. So that method that we are trading with, the technical indications we are trading with, the analysis we are analyzing market with, that's same like why would you not ask the surgeon why he doesn't give away the scalpel? Well, look at the beautiful things you can do with the scalpel. You can put a tumor out of a brain, etc. The same tool is not gonna do the same things in like two different hands, right? So the tool is one thing, but then consistently executing on this thing with discipline, with patience, with emotional discipline, and consistently keeping the edge on your side with those tools, that's where the mastery happens. And that actually starts here in your mindset. So the mindset is much harder than being disciplined, doing it consistently. That's much harder than. So even if we are giving away the analysis and the tools, we are doing it because, again, we want to make sure that people are more focused on this, on creating their own process, working with something that can give them edge, than relying on those crypto Twitter influencers that are trying to emotionally drag them into some F-word coins, right? And signals. So
what you're saying is that you're heroes.
No, I wouldn't say heroes. I would say,
It's
I
a
would
big
say
word.
that's a very big word. No. We are these kind of I don't know how to call ourselves, but not heroes. Definitely, we are not saving lives. We are maybe saving a couple of money to people. We are making them think more about protecting capital than trying to double, triple their capital overnight. So we are maybe those kind of people, but not heroes. We are not saving lives.
Listen, I'm going to throw this out there, but isn't a way of protecting capital not trading in crypto?
Sorry, say again?
Isn't a way of protecting capital not trading in crypto?
I don't understand the question.
A way to protect your. So say I've got £100 in the bank, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, I get it. Well, you can either do that. You can. Well, it's like. Well, you will lose that money on inflation, so you might feel safe. It's like when people have a job, they feel safe, that it's safer than having a business. But you can get fired anytime, right? It's actually being employed is much more riskier than having a business, to be honest. So, like not trying to put yourself out of the comfort zone to risk something might be actually much more risky than staying in this kind of, think of it like comfort zone and doing nothing. Sometimes doing nothing is more costly than doing something. So, if you definitely want to treat trading as a gambling, then it's much better to keep your money in a bank account and lose it on inflation. But if you want to do trading like a business, right, like a growing business, then I think it's much more worth it to try that risk.
What kind of returns do people see on such systems? What's realistic?
System.
Yeah, like your way of work. It will say you've got your different tiers of membership and all that, right?
That's right.
Say I come in and I'm like just on the free tier and all that, and I execute everything that you guys say. In the free,
we are not sharing trading signals. We are sharing analysis, right? So on TradingView, it's free. On YouTube, I'm doing my analysis. It's not a trading signal. It's an analysis. It's the way how we think about market, where we think is the higher probability of going next, etc. So we are not sharing signals. But in our Paradise Family VIP memberships, and for the private account management, which is basically a membership tier inside of the Paradise Family VIP, we have verified result sheets that can be found on our website. 8 years we have started to track our records since 2018. So we have verified records sheets where each single trade is being recorded.
And what kind of returns have your customers seen in those 8 years?
Well, that depends on the market situation. So in average, it was, if you would take all of those 8 years together, it is around 100%, I think. a little bit more, but that's only because the earlier years been much better for the crypto market. In the past 3 years, we've actually made only, and I'm talking about ROI, we've actually made around only, last year it was 25%, if I'm not wrong, and the 2 years before that around 30 to 40%, something like that. So the average is only that way because of the great earlier years. But I do believe actually that because the market that's seen as curve, right, it's gonna get better again because more liquidity gonna go back into the market. The global economical situation is gonna improve as well. People will have more money to spend and to risk in trading. And again, if there's more liquidity, that helps the market to basically move up and down. And then we are catching the smaller movements of that movement.
How old are you, Simon?
Huh? How old?
How old
28. 28.
28. And you look so young. You've got great skin.
Thank you. You too. I wouldn't say that you are 50. In the beginning, yeah, like you told me that, I was like, that's crazy. No way. I thought like 38, I would say.
Jesus, dude, are you drunk? I just had my 52nd birthday 2 weeks ago.
52nd.
Yeah. And I
That's
feel
crazy.
it. I feel every fucking day of it.
Really? You look a bit like Joe Rogan.
Is he very popular with the ladies?
I don't know. I would say so.
If I had his podcast contract, I think I'd probably be popular with the ladies. Now, here's possibly the most difficult question that I'm going to ask you, although it has an easy answer.
All right.
Are your parents customers?
My parents, no, they don't know what am I doing exactly, right? So they don't understand crypto, and what they don't understand, they don't want to basically hear about or have nothing in common with. So no, they are not.
Well, Simon, I don't think you can be much of a salesman if you haven't convinced your own parents. I mean, surely they believe in you.
They believe surely in me, but I don't think they believe in crypto.
That's the thing. I mean, we've come back to the word belief lots of times, and it's a funny thing. I'm gonna just pontificate for a minute here, right? Because belief to humans as animals, belief is really hugely important. Like, and I'm going to use the word faith. Like faith, belief in something, and that can be anything. And I always say that for me, I had my faith was in my dog, and when she died, I was fucking lost. Jesus, I was lost. And I hadn't realized it at that point, or it might be in a football club, or if you're fairly lucky, maybe in a church and an organized system of belief, you know. But I think that the influence of the church has waned so much in the last 40 years, 50 years. And a lot of things are filling that vacuum. A lot of things are filling the space that the church used to fill in society. And social media is a big one of those things. And I think there's kind of, as animals, we just keep inventing shit to keep ourselves busy. And that's kind of how I look at stock market trading and all of that. It's kind of, I used to work on a trade publication, a business to business trade publication, and most of those trade publications could not be less relevant now. They're just there for the sake of they just exist for the sake of existing, rather than bringing something, rather than taking any conversation forward, rather than, I'm not saying all of them by any means, because everything is different, but a lot of things in life are what people used to call busy work, like just doing shit for the sake of doing something.
Mm.
It's why in government we have all of these layers of bureaucracy so that people have shit to do. Because if we didn't, we'd all be drunk and having sex in the streets and fighting and all of those things that we do very naturally.
Mm.
And I think crypto has become allied to lots of strange things, you know. I think crypto, again, I'm looking at it from the outside, right? So this is just
Mm.
me putting my shit out there. It's become allied to, rightly or wrongly, certain schools of thought that nice Mr. Trump and that nice Mr. Musk have been promoting. It's become allied to people who don't trust government, and all kinds of arguably more extreme ways of thinking. And I can't help thinking that like I say, it seems that way to me for lots of reasons. But I think part of some of what I'm saying, I can totally back up and I can show you the receipts. But I wonder if those perceptions held by not just me, like people looking at crypto from the outside, I wonder if those things are holding crypto back from mainstream acceptance and understanding, because people are looking at, fuckhead doing his Nazi salute and people doing the old pump and dump, which we are seeing daily.
Yeah.
Governments are doing this.
Yeah.
And none of these things are helping legitimacy. And none of these things are helping people who are trying to trade and who are trying to do things in a measured way and who are trying to approach this like the stock market, because it seems like the cowboys are running the show. And I just feel like all of the good things that could come from crypto, that could come from decentralization, that could come from blockchain, are being hamstrung by a group of people who are filling their boots while they can.
Yeah, I mean? And you're absolutely on point, and this is exactly what I'm seeing as well since 2016, and that is why we are doing what we are doing. And since we were speaking about Elon Musk a lot, you know that he's behind Doge, right? A lot. So you were also saying in the beginning of the video that when he tweets something happens in the market. So I just want to put it on the right path right here, because what's actually happening behind the scenes, we can monitor, and we are actually sharing that also in our free channels, and we can actually see the movements of the wallets, what they are doing before some of the pump and dumps happens. Okay, so for example, what Elon Musk been doing a lot before his tweets, he was actually accumulating, for example, the Dogecoin a little bit slowly, so it's not visible, but we have been seeing the wallets that been actually doing that inflows. And then he tweets, and then he actually creates himself the big market buying order. So it looks like when he tweets, it immediately goes up. Okay. But if you imagine that, like he tweets and second later, like, do you think something is so quick that he reads the tweet and then he logs into his exchange and then he starts buying? It's not that quick, right? So what he actually does, he tweets, he immediately buys with market order, he pumps the market because, as we said, there is no liquidity, right? There very little liquidity. So he's buying with a couple of $millions. He can push the market up. So he buys, then he leaves the tweet naturally to do the thing. The people, 10 minutes later, 20 minutes later, it starts rotating the tweet, right? And they start buying. Well, and Elon Musk starts little by little using that buying pressure from those retail traders, from his followers that believe in him, into as an exit liquidity. Okay. So he slowly using that buying pressure as his exit liquidity. He distribute what he bought in the beginning, right? And then it falls down. And then Elon Musk. That's crazy, isn't it?
But if you were doing this on the stock market, you'd be arrested.
You would be arrested. But yeah, and that's also why, like, these kind of things that regulate the crypto market, I actually see very positive, right? Because as the time goes, I do believe it's going to be more regulated. People will be watching like what's going on behind the scenes more. It will be more protected, and then people will not be that like worried to put money in a fear that they will just be dumped on, right? So I do believe that the future for crypto, given that we have these kind of regulations coming in, is going to be positive in this like thing. Not for Elon Musk probably, because he won't be able to do this kind of stuff anymore. But for a lot of retail traders, it will be positive, and the trust, I do believe, will be coming in.
We'll see.
We'll
Simon,
see.
thank you for joining us. So it's
Thank you.
MyCryptoParadise.com.
That's right, yeah, MyCryptoParadise.com, yeah. And on YouTube, you can also search for MyCryptoParadise and watch my Bitcoin analysis. It's for free.
And you can check out this guy's skin. He's got good skin, dude.
Did
I have good skin at 28? I'm not sure I did. But thank you. Much appreciated.
Thanks.
If you've enjoyed this episode of the Gambling Files podcast, please find us on LinkedIn. Give us a big, juicy, succulent like. That nearly went wrong. You can find us under the name The Gambling Files Podcast. You can find us on Twitter under The Gambling Files. I think the handle is just @GamblingFiles. You can connect to myself, John Bruford, or Fintan Costello, also on LinkedIn. We're also both on Twitter. And you can find all of our previous episodes at www.thegamblingfiles.com. If you enjoyed it, please share, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your colleagues, and we'll see you next time.